Colours. We blood and Crips today. Yo.
Hey, man. You ready?
Intro, let's go.
Alright. So, it's AJ Raw.
King Aries.
And you are now listening to
BunDat podcast. As you can see, I'm straight blood. Nah, I mean, straight blood right here. He cuz.
Big up Coffee Brown and Geechee Goya. Love those two. Alright. Let's just start with what's been going on recently. I don't know the full situation. A lot of people are just pinning this on Tory based on the fact that he was there and he quote unquote had the gun and all
and also just Tory's
personality.
Yeah, it's like he doesn't help himself.
No. So what it is the situation now is Meg is actually fine, which is the good thing. She's in hospital recovering and she's been shot in the leg. Initially, it's the details were sketchy. People didn't really know what was going on, and then we found out that Tory Lanez had a gun, and obviously people automatically assumed that he's the one that shot, etc. Some people have come out and said he shot. Because he probably would. He would. In my brain, though, I don't see him in any situation actually shooting somebody that he's dating. Now, the story is that he tried to shoot her because she tried to leave. You see how wild that is?
Is that what they're going with?
That's what they're saying.
That's what on the meme.
That's what they're saying. They're saying that
you can't leave.
That he got really pissed because Megan wanted to end a secret relationship. How you end a secret relationship, I don't know, but whatever. Celebrity relationship.
Shooting somebody in the foot, apparently.
So he felt that it would be a smart idea to shoot Megan Thee Stallion in the foot to do what, I don't know, and that's what I mean. That whole thing sounds.
I think it's well off because if you have guns and you're like a jumpy, jittery.
Well, he was drunk apparently.
Kind of. If you, that's why you don't get a situation with guns. If you have guns, they tend to go off. Yeah. Because a lot of people, I don't know if you're aware of this.
There's a safety.
You need trigger discipline.
Yeah.
So it's like if you handle a firearm, trigger discipline is very important. If you talk to any like firearm experts, whether police, military, whatever, even like street guys, trigger discipline. So what trigger discipline is like you said, having your safety is good. Whenever you hold a gun, you at no point put any of your fingers near the trigger. That's what trigger discipline is. You always hold the gun from the barrel, from the side, or wherever you hold it, but you at no point ever. So it's the opposite to what you see in movies. You never put your fingers on the trigger.
And you don't hold it sideways either.
Like whether it has bullets in or not, you never put your fingers near the trigger.
Yeah.
That's what trigger discipline is. You stop yourself putting it near anywhere where the trigger is, unless you plan to kill somebody. Right.
So that's my whole point. So a lot of people have been getting on Tory Lanez behind, saying that
I was there.
Everyone was.
My Twitter fingers.
Everyone was going.
I had the Scooby Doo meme.
And I had to stop and think. Wait a minute. This is Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez. If they're a couple, what scenario would there be that he would shoot her in the foot? And then I thought, okay, well, he was the third party involved that had said
that's that sketchy
Kylie
person.
Jenner, right? Cool. There's that. There also was a picture that resurfaced recently of her putting her foot out. And I don't know what the caption was, but somebody was like, "Oh, she got to fight Meg."
Sneak this in.
So they're calling it a sneak this, and some people in the thread said that it was posted 3 days before, and this is a strategic post to try and turn people up against each other, etc. Shout out to I Smoke Hip Hop. He did a live. This is the second time I'm shouting him out, and I just have to say that on his live, it was said that Kylie was the one that shot Meg. Based on a dispute between the two.
That's crazy.
Because
Kylie's the shooter.
Imagine
That's
that.
Crazy.
Because they both found out that Tory was playing both of them and had slept with both of them. The quote is "Dance for me," and I'm not gonna say the next line. "Dance for me, B-word," and she ended up shooting her. And that was.
I don't put it past Kylie though.
At all. And if you notice, if that was a wrongdoing or something bad happened, you would hear some report of, oh, Kylie reached out, she said get better, she said get well, etc, 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 and you haven't heard any of that.
That's a good point.
You haven't heard nothing.
That's a good point.
You ain't heard no well wishes. You haven't heard, not even remotely, you ain't heard a team say, oh, Kylie was in the hospital with Meg and did X, Y, Z, and Z.
That's a good point, because they document everything.
Right?
They try and show,
especially
like,
especially for a reality TV star. Nothing? Not her team, not her, not nothing. And she just carrying on as if nothing's happened. When somebody that was supposedly a friend has been shot.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
That's crazy.
So it's one or two things.
You really narrowed it down. That's crazy.
It's one or two things. It's either you have no conscience or it was you. And what you're doing is you're allowing somebody else to be the fall guy whilst you play the background and wait for this to blow over and then continue as if nothing happened.
Smart though.
Now, the reports is Tory plans to say that it was an accident, but he hasn't actually said anything and he's out on bond right now. Meg has just said... Well, no, apparently. Yeah. Meg has said that she's been shot with intent. So it was multiple times actually her.
Something with the robbery story part.
Robbery?
Yeah, it's like there was something, they were about to get robbed. When I saw Meg tweeting about that nonsense stuff.
But that's another point that I heard about it, but not really. Because in the beginning it was, whatchamacallit, Tory was protecting
Meg.
Right.
Is she bigger than him?
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah, but he has a gun. Yeah.
When you have a gun, that's the equalizer.
You're the biggest guy in the room.
That's the equalizer. So that's why I don't believe that someone like Tony's just going to shoot Meg in the foot. So I've seen a lot of people clown. I've seen a lot of people joke. Thank God she's alive. That's number one. Because when a drunk person has a gun, they can aim anywhere. They can shoot anywhere. Anything can happen at any point in time. It can get really, really, really crazy. If he would shot her any higher...
Get wrapped.
Do you see how I wasn't joking about that? If he had shot her in the neck, in the temple. What? See, when you start breaking these things down, it's a lot more serious than a lot of people tend to make this thing. And somehow it's, oh, well, he's short. What's that have to do? What's that have to do with him having a gun in his hand?
They try to say like,
he can't reach there. He has a gun. Like, you people...
I see the ones, I see the ones.
I'm just saying, like...
Because I came off it after she tweeted.
No, I'm just saying, like, that's the first thing that they did. They just clowned his height and said, oh, he's 5'3", and then... I mean, in a regular situation, that isn't necessarily life and death or horrible.
The internet's crazy.
Like, maybe the jokes could have ran. But Meg's been shot. There's no way to turn that into a joke to me. To me. The woman's been shot. That's blood loss. That's harm. Hello? How the hell did this become a joke? How? Go, but I'm just saying, like, that's how I'm seeing it. Yeah, so when people are he-heing and ha-haing, and then you realize Kylie ain't saying nothing.
Yeah, that part was like mad.
She ain't saying nothing.
You deciphered that.
Nothing.
Because I was wondering who's this third mystery. Because I saw a shadow was up.
No,
but they didn't show no face. I was like, wait, who's this third?
It's her. And she's allowed to be...
At first I thought it was the robber.
No, it's Kylie. And the thing is, because... Now, this is where the race gets...
Anonymity.
This is where the race gets involved. If that was a black woman that was an accomplice in the shooting, excuse me,
face all over.
What? She would have been questioned. Why nobody said nothing to Kylie? Why she wasn't arrested?
I didn't know
why we didn't heard nothing about any of them being in the police station except for Tory Lanez? Why?
I'm gonna make it even and go back and do some Kylie memes.
Why?
To add to it.
So that's my point. If somebody that I'm with gets shot, I'm at least saying, you know what? That's unfortunate that happened. Get well. Nothing? Come on, people. Come on. There's a lot more serious.
You know her fans are gonna say?
What?
Oh, she's trying to not do it in front. She's there for her behind the camera.
How? We would have heard
something. She's always in front of the camera.
Thank you.
No, but
we would have heard. It would have been a representative or a team member, a statement. Somebody would have said that she's done or said something. We ain't heard not a peep. That's crazy to me. So I will not be laughing at that.
Do you know what's
Thank
crazy?
God Megan's alive. Because a drunk person with a gun is the most dangerous person on the planet. I am not laughing at that. She's alive. We already lost too many people. There's no way I'm sitting there feeling comfortable tweeting out, rest in peace, Meg Thee Stallion.
That'd be crazy.
Sorry.
But this is free. You just named 3 multimillionaires.
You're right about that.
Who
You're right. That's my own piece.
Because accountability. You just named 3. So even you added
Yes.
Isn't that like a billionaire now?
Yeah, billionaire.
Okay, so you just named 3 very rich people.
Yes.
Who left mansions and put themselves in a crazy situation.
Right.
They weren't rushed. It wasn't a home invasion. They weren't sleeping, and then police came and just shot them in their sleep, and they're still at large, and we're trying to get these officers up to now. Because this is the issue I had when Megan, when I wrote out black men don't protect black women because they're laughing at you. It's like, you left a mansion, lady. Because it was all jokes up until that point for me. That's when I took it serious. I was like, man, F Meg. You left a mansion, lady. There's plenty of other people.
You could have went anywhere.
In Hollywood, have more money than you. They've been around longer than you. They don't go nowhere with no Tory Lanez. They don't go nowhere with no Kylie Jenner. Beyonce's at home. Rihanna's at home. Cardi B's at home. Listen to what them dope female MCs that you're always bigging up. Are they in these situations?
No.
And they're actually in the hood.
Yeah, I know.
And they don't go to these places.
Everybody's trying to get out the hood.
Yeah.
So why would you?
You can rap this hot girl lifestyle and it's entertainment, but don't try and live it. Because that's backwards. I call it the Chris Brown syndrome. I love Chris Brown. I ride for Chris Brown. I think his music's phenomenal. I think he's a great dancer. He does the flips.
Yes.
He does all the sexy stuff. I love him. If you rang me to do a feature, I'll fly out right now.
There.
After we did the feature, he wanted to hang out. No.
Yeah, music-wise, I'm there.
I would never hang out with Chris Brown. Because every 5 minutes,
it's something.
Someone's putting a gun on him. Do you know why? Because he's throwing up pyro, gang sets. How you rich and then
you going back.
Tupac did it, got rich.
Rest in peace, Tupac.
Got rich and then started gangbang, got shot multiple times, continued throwing up sets. It didn't end well. These rich people are making decisions that other rich people are not doing for a reason. Beyonce said, I'm not even going to this woman's wedding just because of what might happen and the attention she likes to bring, that negative energy.
Yes.
And that's a wedding.
Yeah.
And you trying to like...
Kanye, your boy.
And you trying to hang... Like, there's just certain people... You grew up in the hood, you grew up in the estate. There's certain, you don't go to their house party. You don't go... You know what you're looking for if you go there. Like I said, you can rap the hot girl lifestyle. You can entertain us. You can twerk. I love it. Get your money. You know how young she is? Get your money. Do your thing.
24,
but
25, something like that.
There's so many guys that do features with Tory Lanez and they don't hang out with Tory Lanez. So many rappers don't hang out with Tory Lanez.
That's a great point.
Because Tory Lanez, I don't know if it's short man syndrome or what, Tory Lanez always in some kind of confrontation. I'm even surprised that basketball game where he kept getting blocked and kept getting Jadine into a fight. Because he just makes things aggressive. Do you know what I mean?
See, I can't, and you don't know, Tory is one of my favorite artists.
But you don't hang out with him.
This here was crazy. I'm sorry.
It's like, if you want to date wannabe gangsters and stuff, they're gonna do some wannabe gangster shit, or they're gonna put you in wannabe gangster situation. If you go on date, be friends and hang around with socialites that will do anything for the clip, then anything's gonna happen for the clip.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
I can't defend this point. This is a great point. Don't ever put yourself in a situation where you can lose your life like that. If you've got enough money to stay out the hood.
Because they're like, oh, he's my friend. Or why?
You have enough money to stay out the hood, but you get the money and you go back into the hood. Now you're not doing the proper thing, which is regentification. You ain't building the hood up. You're not like showing the kids that there's a way to get out.
They weren't there to turn up.
You went there to get lit. What? You got a whole mansion.
People there trying to leave to get lit in Beverly Hills.
You got a whole. So let's really think about that. You've got enough space to have your own party, to have your own space. You could dedicate a room to getting lit. Like, you call it the lit room. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, don't go backwards. My mom says something. Forward ever, backward never. Never. Shout out to my mother because she raised a black king, and this is what I'm saying. Like, I'm sitting here with a king that knows that you don't put yourself around peasants, bro. I'm not
around Tory Lanez.
You just don't.
When I heard Tory Lanez had a gun, none of us said, "Oh, really?"
Yeah.
We all like,
yeah,
he would have a gun. So you can't even be like, "Oh, she didn't know he had a gun." The minute we heard Tory Lanez had a gun, all of us said, "Yeah, he would."
And what's wild is you're not the only one that's from Toronto that's made it. You'll hear Drake in these situations.
How Aubrey is not.
You don't hear Justin Bieber in these situations.
Like, how you good? But then she had the nerve to write. She had the nerve. Black men don't protect black women.
I go.
How can I protect you?
I'm gonna say something about that. Like,
how can I protect you when you're coming to my hood,
right,
and going to places? I'm from the hood,
right?
Yeah,
we both are from the hood,
and you're going to places in that hood that I don't go to. How can I protect you when you live in a mansion to come there, and then like? So imagine we're in the hood.
Yeah,
we live in Tottenham. Yeah,
yeah. We don't live in Tottenham, man.
But it's a story.
An example.
Imagine we're in the hood, we live in Tottenham, and there's a certain part of Tottenham that is just wild. So we don't go there.
We don't go there.
So we have a friend. We're black. We have a friend who lives in Chelsea in a mansion.
We're going to him.
No, she's a girl. She's a girl.
Right,
she's in Chelsea in a mansion.
Right.
She comes to Tottenham meets up some Tottenham guy and go to this place that we don't go to, and things go left, and she's trapped there. She rings us, and we're like, "Oh, we don't even go there. We can't even help you."
Right.
And then she like, "Oh, you supposed to be my friend. You black men don't protect me." It's like, because that's what when Megan wrote that, it was like you're comparing yourself to people like Breonna Taylor and stuff. She's laying in her bed.
Rest in peace, Breonna Taylor. By the way,
she's laying in her bed.
Arrest the cops that killed Breonna Taylor.
I'm saying. I think it's so disrespectful when people try and compare. Like, she's laying in her bed and she's murdered laying in her bed. Yeah? You are leaving a mansion. You can fly anywhere in the world. You can go anywhere. She can't. She's laying in her bed. She got murdered. The killers are large. Yeah? You are leaving
a safe
and
environment.
What it looks like
gated community
is you're not being attacked or oppressed by some officers. Whoever shot you is one of the people you left with.
Right. Right.
And then you're tweeting that as black men,
that we don't
are not protecting you.
What?
What's this girl talking about?
I don't know.
Like, when she wrote that, for me, that's when it was all jokes. When she wrote that, that's when it wasn't jokes. I didn't even retweet any memes, even making fun of her after that, because I didn't want to even give her any attention. I was saying, at that point, I was having fun or whatever.
Right.
But the minute she said that, I didn't even want to put anything that gave her attention after that, because all that tells me is that in the next 3 to 6 months,
something else gonna happen.
You're gonna put yourself in more situation because by you writing that, saying that you have no accountability in this situation. As in, listen, people are making jokes, including me. Yeah, we know it's bad.
Yeah,
but my defense is we make jokes about Tory.
Right. Right.
Before this, we make jokes about Tory when we playing basketball, getting cheap. We make jokes about Tory because he puts us in crazy situations, and Tory doesn't come out and be like, "Oh, you black women and men don't support." Like it's funny. You put yourself in that situation, we make jokes about you. Do you know what I mean? And it's not about whether it's funny or not. It's like you put yourself in a situation and people might clown you. But Tory never came out and said we ain't protecting him or something, because he wasn't protecting himself. He kept coming back.
He was in danger.
But the first thing I heard from her is black men ain't protecting me.
No. Before that was, there's a narrative going around and I need to clear this up. Basically, I've been shot to be hurt and killed, etc.
Yeah.
And this, that, and the third. And then after that, after the jokes, that's when she came back and was just like, "Oh, you people are making jokes."
Because for me personally,
etc.
It's not gonna affect her bank balance because I wasn't like buying the music like that anyway or whatever. But from reading that, it's like I ain't playing your stuff. I ain't trying to hear it, because that right there to me is just disrespectful to the cause.
Well, what you've done is you've caused apartheid again. What you've done is you've split us up again. What you've done is you've taken away from the unity and the sanctity and the fact that we are right behind the black women. We know that you lot suffer.
If you saw the women under her thing,
no, but this is what
they were saying,
but this is what
because she enabled that.
No, but that's my point. My point is like whenever you take away from the cause. Listen, Breonna Taylor's dead. She's never gonna grow another age again, right? The person she was living with that loved her is never gonna see her again. Her mother's never gonna see her again. Okay? The cops that killed her are still somewhere.
They're still free.
Doing whatever. Probably killing somebody else right now.
And they weren't her friends.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Like,
she didn't know them, like they weren't her friends.
It's an extreme situation. This is why we scream Black Lives Matter. Another thing about Black Lives Matter that I've seen a lot of people try to take away from the movement. Oh, it's funded by white people. No. You're donating to the wrong BLM.
Yeah, I saw that shit. Like,
Right?
people want an excuse to not donate.
Right. You're donating to the wrong BLM. The BLM movement was enabled because Trayvon Martin was killed in cold blood by a cop. So his parents and the people around him started BlackLivesMatter.org. .international. Right? That's got nothing to do with no white Democrats or any political party, because it's not about politics. It's about life itself. This is about humanistic characteristics.
Those people typing that stuff, I don't think they're
They might not be.
Because you don't have to donate to Black Lives Matter. You can help a Black life.
Yes.
You see they're criticizing because they're not donating.
But that's my point. My point is there's a way to... this whole thing, everything that's been going on, it is about us not being oppressed, killed in systematic systems that's keeping us in these situations in the hood, keeping us in a situation and circumstance where things get very desperate and tight and people end up doing things that they don't necessarily want to do. So when you are Megan Thee Stallion, when you are Tory Lanez, Kylie Jenner, people with millions in their account because their talent took them away from what could have been, why would you go backwards? A lot of people sit there and say, oh, I'm keeping it real. Keeping it real gets you killed.
Keeping it real dumb.
Keeping it real gets you killed. Oh, I don't want to sell out. Excuse me, if you're not going back to the hood to show these kids that may grow up in the same situation and circumstance that you did, that there's a way out, then what are you in the hood for?
And if you're not selling, you're buying.
What are you in the hood for?
If you're not selling, you're buying. Just remember that.
Like, I'm going to say this. Nobody actually wants to be in the hood. I don't know when
except rich celebrities or something weird. It's like a fetish.
Nobody wants to be here.
in the hood wants to be here except rich celebrities.
Nobody wants to live in the hood.
People want to leave mansions and private schools and what up. Like
nobody wants to live here. If anybody had the choice, we would not be in the hood.
It's a weird cycle. You keep hearing these stories like people leave private schools and come to the hood and get stabbed.
We wouldn't be there. Let's just be real. Nobody likes this place. No. You're not getting it twisted with films and music that are seen as glamorizing these situations and circumstances when those people are talking from their everyday life. As soon as they leave the booth, as soon as they leave the mic, they go back to that horror that they're talking about. And that's what you are not understanding. It's not glamorizing. It's their reality. They really got to watch that. Some people really got to watch their back because of the way they live, because of what they do to survive in the hood. Nobody in the hood wants to be in the hood.
It's crazy.
So when you're rich and you're making these millions, what the hell are you doing in the hood? What are you doing there?
Unless, like you said, unless you are here to try and build something.
If you're not lifting it up,
but you're here to turn up.
You're here to get lit.
Guess how they get lit in the hood? With guns.
And another thing, I heard she was on perks and stuff. Like, it was a lot going on. There's a lot going on. You
can be on perk,
right?
In your mansion. You could be in all the perks you want in your mansion.
But this is what I'm saying.
I'm saying you good. Not your
there's a lot of vices that added to that situation and circumstance that really shouldn't have been where it was. I seen you post your hot girl breakfast and all of that. I seen you get lit in your house. That shit's fun. Why would you leave that to go to some random place in LA?
I get shot.
Why? And then after that, you make it seem like it's us. When Tory Lanez dumbass was drunk. When Kylie Jenner was the one that was drunk. And you.
Accountability, bro. It's like some people, accountability is like the boogeyman or something.
Do not run from it. You're in the situation that you're in. And I heard the story was you and Kylie fighting over Tory Lanez.
Damn.
What?
Tory do have the source though.
I'm sorry, no.
He had girls twerking, breaking the internet during lockdown.
No.
There's offered promotions.
There's no amount of source that's gonna enable me to fight over another woman. No. And it should be
because you like that. Hold yourself to a standard and accountability.
I'm a king. Period.
Accountability.
I'm just gonna say it. I'm a king. I don't got time to worry about peasants or servants or people that's not on my level. I'm not with that. I'm not fighting you for something that's mine. What's mine is mine. Okay? The Bible says give unto Caesar what's Caesar's. If it's mine, it's mine. I'm not sharing it. I'm not fighting over it. No, nothing. It's mine. The only thing that I might need to snatch from a few of you is my respect.
Ooh.
That's about it.
I like that.
Right? Shout out to Romney. And that's my point. The only thing I need to be taken is my respect.
Let's leave this girl alone. Let's move into another subject.
No, wait. I'm just gonna end it like this. Man, I'm glad you're alive. Remember that. 2020 has been nuts. A lot of people have died without no cause, without no choice. You always have a choice. If it's not no natural causes or disease killing you, then you have a choice. You don't need to be in the hood no more. You're out there. You ain't in Texas no more. You're not suffering no more. You signing with Rock Nation. You got your own brand going on. People fuck with you. They're gonna buy your music and stuff like that. Get your ass in the studio and go do that.
Rap about, don't live it. Rap up.
Go do that.
Drug talk. Jay-Z and Pusha T have been talking.
But that's what I'm saying.
From a Maybach.
Go do that.
How much drug talk Jay-Z and Pusha T do?
Go and be
in a Maybach.
Artist. Go be artist.
But they don't. When was the last time they sold some drugs?
Do you feel what I'm saying? You hear what King Henry said? Go be artist.
Like,
these people don't deserve to be around you. Okay. None of these peasants deserve to be around you. Put your crown back on and go be a queen. Enough of this stuff. That's it. Enough. We've lost too many people already.
Mate.
Too many. In 6 months. Enough. Take your ass home.
With that energy there, the next subject is a deep one. It's a deep one. It's a deep one. You showed it to me earlier, and I was like,
bro,
what? Because he's got like damn.
Alright. Now, moving on from that. See, and normally we gonna get to the BunDats and all that, but like we gotta address this stuff. Because as a platform, as kings, you address things that need to be addressed. You speak when you need to speak. A poor kid. Now where's? Oh, see, I don't have my phone. A poor soul got accused of, and I don't want to say the word, but accused of violating a woman, right? And that got put on his name. And he ended up committing suicide. You'll have seen the episodes. You know how I feel about life. You know how I feel about suicide. Everybody has a choice. Everybody has a reason being here. Everybody is more. This man could not take his name being dragged through the mud, the people that he knew turning on him, the people that he knew crushing him, killing him, ruining his name, on the internet, in person, calling his phone, and he took his own life. Because nobody would give him no space to say his side, or to clear his name, or to validate what was going on.
What was her motive? It wasn't clear.
I don't know.
Or she just, because was it clear?
It wasn't clear.
What
it was no, from what I've read, because his friend
he said it was his friend knew each other.
Well, his friend put out the screenshots, and she was mad that he was just trying to get close to her to smash. That's what I heard. He was trying to get close enough to her.
But she wasn't on it, so it
but
never
she
happened.
wasn't on it, and it never happened. So based on that,
But then
she
said,
wanted to claim rape.
Oh my god.
Just based on the fact that she found out that he wanted to smash.
Oh my god. I don't think she realized I'm not making excuses for her.
You're right.
But I don't know if it's immaturity or something. I don't think she realized how much that would affect someone's life.
Well,
putting out there.
Well, again, we're always told that.
No, I'm not saying that is right. I'm saying I don't think she realized.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying because as men, we're always told that, that we can't show emotion, that we have to wear a certain thing, we have to act a certain way and be a certain way and move in a certain way. So when you accuse someone of something as serious as that, you're automatically in the red anyway, because we're already put in certain lights. We're always told toxic masculinity, we're always told man up, and we're always being told to act and react a certain way. And we've never been really been given space to address something as serious as violating another person. Kobe, rest in peace to Kobe. They still calling him that. And he was innocent.
Oh, they're gonna come for you.
I'm saying it. That man did not violate that woman. It was proven through DNA,
not rape.
Right, through DNA, through testing, and the fact that she never followed through with the proceedings because she realized how deep it was and she settled out of it.
Did you find out who, like she was trying to get other people as well?
Yes,
on the same
charge? It was six other men in the same day, including Kobe.
She tried it. That's crazy. When I found out, I was like, right, she was trying to really get the bag.
Well, yeah, she got it though, didn't she?
Yeah, bro. You're right. She wasn't trying. She got the bag.
So this is what happens. Tupac, rest his soul. Same thing.
Damn.
Same thing. This is a cycle that continuously happens. This man is dead now.
That's the thing. These like multi-millionaires, them, look how much they damaged their life, but they were able to bounce back. Well,
He never got a
this was
chance
like
to bounce
normal
back.
guy.
He never
And
got
he has
that.
to go to like the normal shop and be around people.
Well, no, he never
Crazy.
became. He wasn't normal after that ever again. People were associating him with something that he didn't even do.
When you said it to me, I was just like, whoa, like he dead, like damn. And then some girl wrote, well,
It's a sin.
it's a sin that he killed himself.
So I don't
Makes
feel
him more
sorry
guilty.
for him.
Yeah. And
What?
it was like, those people under there, like, it was crazy.
What?
It was crazy.
Excuse me. What?
No, but people just be tweeting like. People just
Now you lot see why I left Twitter for stupid stuff like that.
People just be and people
Now
be
you lost.
backing. People be backing a lot of just weird stuff.
Now you lot see why I left Twitter. That there can send somebody crazy.
Yeah, when I
Can send
saw
somebody
when I
crazy.
saw it, I could just read the story itself, but I couldn't read like the replies too many or whatever. It was
No.
just, it was.
I saw that
it was
one
bad.
reply and I've learned to just like numb out. I don't even need to see it. Another thing, if anybody is taking Kanye West seriously in this 2020 president election, block me. Block me right now.
You said it nicer than me.
Block me. I don't want nothing to do with it.
You
Don't
said
send
it-
me
you
no
said it nicer
clips.
than me.
Don't talk to me about it. Don't nothing.
Did you see the thing? Did you see what was up last night?
Well, what I've seen was
It's like he had an episode. I'll call it episode.
what
Like
it
crying
is.
whenever he was there.
It is.
He's being
Because
labelled.
well, number one, he's misunderstood. That's first thing first. Nobody really understood what he was trying to say. He was talking about abortion. Okay, he loves his daughter very much, and the very idea of Kim K aborting his child broke him, because that could have been him 40-something years earlier with his mother. He realized it was like a full circle moment for him, and he realized how important life is, and he broke. What people have done is they've tried to take that and spin it and make it seem like he's breaking down for
Put on
no
like a
reason,
loop. Yeah.
right? What they've done is they've taken certain quotes. This is why I said if anybody's supporting any of this stuff, block me. Block me. I don't want nothing to do with it. I don't want nothing to do with it. I don't want nothing to be associated with it. Do not show me that. Okay? This man is clearly in a state where he needs attention as soon as possible. What you people are doing by putting him on a pedestal and treating him as if nothing's wrong and making it seem like he's okay is wrong. And if you really care about Kanye West, you'd be saying stuff like that. Now, we're going to get to the Harriet Tubman thing. He wasn't wrong. He wasn't wrong.
What did he say?
He said Harriet Tubman didn't actually free the slaves. What she did was she moved them into another position into the north where they had to work for other white people. He's not diminishing her work. He's not downgrading what she did. It's not ruining her legacy.
So what did he say? What was his motive? What was he getting at?
Well,
there's always a bigger picture of Kanye. So he's gonna achieve something.
in my brain, what I've noticed is, and what I've heard was, he posted a track list for his album.
Yeah.
Remember, because he was talking about Donda and his mother and all of that.
Okay.
So I actually believe all of this stuff is just promotion.
Which leads me to
All of
why.
So if
If you
are
notice,
with,
he's taking this subject alone because I refuse to speak about Kanye.
this is all promo.
I won't.
So if you are associated with it, if you believe in it, if you rocking with it, if you care, block me, please. I don't want to see it. Just block me now. Block my number in real life. Don't talk to me.
It's like that.
Don't talk to me. Because 1 minute, he Kanye the woke Chicagoan, then he goes into Taylor Swift ain't nothing, and I'm the artist of artists. And then he goes into
And Ralph though.
ain't Ralph and I'm bigger than Google and PlayStation and the Eiffel Tower and all of that. Then he flips on Jay-Z and say Jay-Z owes him money even though he's under the label. Then he goes into Trump's his friend and he loves Trump and all of this nonsense, wearing the MAGA hat and all of that, which is a direct slap in the face to black people based on what it represents, based on who endorses it and things like that. So when you're telling me to wear a MAGA hat, make America great again, when America was never great for black people, and in 10 years they had surpassed what had been suppressed the whole time. It's called Seneca Village. It's called Black Wall Street. Look it up. And what happened? They both situations and circumstance got burnt, got blown up, got ruined. That is what America is built on. So when you say make America great again, what you mean is make black Americans slaves again. And that's my point. Ooh. So when a black man wears something like that, what you're doing is you're directly or indirectly, knowingly or unknowingly, endorsing the fact that black Americans don't have no voice, freedom, or circumstance. So don't tell me it's just a hat. Don't tell me you don't care. Don't tell me about none of that stuff. Don't talk to me about Trump or any of that. So my point is, if he can go from something like that to now Jesus is king and then 2020 elections, don't you notice the pattern? It's all promo. Kanye West is an artist. He's always going to care about his music first and foremost. He don't care about actually running the country, because he would have never said those statements about Harriet Tubman in the first place if he really cared. Never.
I ain't speaking about him.
You feel what I'm saying?
Kanye.
So that's my point. That's my point. All of this is promo. Even us caring enough and telling him that he needs help is promo. That man is on meds. Prescribed medicine. And you lot keep putting cameras in his face, giving him a platform to talk.
Yeah.
He misworded what he meant to say, and you lot took it, flipped it, and started interviewing people that were recording him and things of that nature, bigging up all these other people, making him look crazy. Yes! The woman that recorded it, she's getting interviews now.
Agenda. Everyone's famous.
They were waiting for him to slip up again so that they could ruin him again. Black billionaire, of course they don't want that. Of course they don't want that.
He makes it easy.
So that's my point. So anybody supporting Kanye West, right, block me. And he's one of the greatest artists of our time.
Yeah, I mess with the music. That's about it.
But if we talking about what he's actually trying to do outside of that, block me. I don't want to hear it. Because if he really cared, then he would be doing what he was doing, or what he should be doing, without making so much noise about it. Why there gonna be so much noise if you really care about Chicago, bro? Why you ain't actually cared about like the Donda setups and stuff like that? Why people coming out saying you ain't put no money into the Donda Foundation in years? Why is that happening?
You're not gonna be a billionaire.
Why?
By actually helping.
Look,
just keep that in mind.
Look, if you have the privilege, use it to help your people. That's
no, I'm talking from people like that, from those cynical,
that's what I'm saying.
Those cynical, entitled type of human beings who their plan all along was to be a billionaire, and they just pretend to be doing all these other things for tax breaks.
Well, he said it right. So that's what I wanted to speak about.
So we're gonna lighten the mood now.
Good.
You know, because obviously that's a lot of heavy stuff, and the last topic was he whose name shall not be mentioned. Furthermore.
Oh yeah, this is the last time I bring up that person name.
But yeah, so weather's great. I see everyone's out. Everyone's feeling good. You know, so be seeing like chirps in that. You know, like I'm an eavesdropper. I'm someone. I don't watch reality TV because real life exists.
Yeah, how you call reality TV and it's fake? Anybody thought about that? If I see something happen, I pull up. How is it called reality TV and it's scripted and it's fake? Can somebody explain that to me?
In the comments. But yeah, so I've been seeing like different kinds of like interactions and everything. The birds and the bee, you know, because it's hot. So I was out eating yesterday. I had to pause for a minute there to make sure I didn't say I was eating out.
Hey,
I said it right the first time. I was out eating, but my brain was still like, "You sure you said it right?"
Hey. You know these people in the comments, they may flip everything.
I was eavesdropping on some conversation. It was like two guys, and I think they just sounded a bit young, with a girl. And they were just, I think, I can't tell if they were trying to woo her or what, but they were just talking about like relationship guys and girls. But I could tell the guys were young, saying stuff like, "Oh yeah, I know how to treat girls, I buy them and stuff, all that kind of stuff." But every time the girl spoke, it was mad sexual. So one of the guys was like, "Oh yeah, once a girl goes out with me once, and the way I treat her and show her a good time, they fall in love because I'm a proper lady gentleman." And his friend's like, "Yeah, oh, you get me," like backing it. And then the girl's just like, "Well, no one's ever made me like orgasm." And I'm like, wait, that's not what they're talking about. Like, She was being mad awkward.
We gotta have another segment. This is story time with P. I'm sorry. What? What
She was being mad, and this was like in a restaurant. It would be very loud. And then I realized she's trying to like put herself out there with them. Like, yo, go. And because they're young,
they don't get it.
It's not even that. They're just like, what? Like, it was hilarious to it. And it made me think back of just mistakes of me, like looking back, like weird situations. Yeah. So, I remember when I was still a bit fresh. Get me? Like, you know, man, like, you know.
Before the bid.
When I was like a fresh youth from Africa. And me and my cousin from South, he came down for the weekend. Me and my cousin was going shop. And we saw there was these girls here. I was young. And they approached us. You know who girls?
Hey, yeah, they don't.
They approached us. They were like on their little bikes. We was on our little bikes. And, you know, the complimenting. Oh, yeah. You know, back in the day, oh, you're not buff, you know. You know, like, what? No girls ever, like, giving us play like that.
Yeah.
So one goes... So me and my cousin are both fresh. We still have the Africa in us. So one girl goes to me. Like, we like you, but you seem like a long thing. Because I guess we've been talking too long. So my stupid ass, not knowing slang, heard long thing, felt, okay, yeah. So when she said that, I was like, yeah, I'm the longest. I'm a proper long thing. Not realizing long thing means time waster in the UK, right? And I was like, yeah, I'm proper, like, yeah, long thing. She was like, you long that, long thing. Because in my mind, I thought, long thing. You know what I mean? So, you know, you look back on. Do you know what I mean? So after I said that, the girls they just pedaled off. So my cousin looking at me like...
That's how you know we're in the hood.
My cousin looked at me like...
Bro.
What we do wrong? Like, what? Showing? That was one incident. I'm going to give you 3. That was one incident.
Oh, no. He got 3 of them. Okay.
Another incident. Remember the bendy buses? The 29?
Yeah.
I'm on the 29, going to Central. I think I'm going to go buy some trainers. Stan Smith. Remember that it was yesterday? Yeah, all white. I'm on the 29. Yeah. Bus comes up to... Where are we? Green Lanes. So this girl gets on. I'm sitting at the back. You know how we do in London back in the day? You sit at the back of the bus. Or the bendy bus at the back. She comes on and she sits at the back. It's like 2 seats in front of me. When she comes, she keeps looking back. Like, obviously, she keeps breaking her neck looking back. So I'm like... Yeah. I'm a nervous youth. I'm thinking, what's going on? So, but then she looks, she flicks her hair, she smiles, like she keeps doing this over and over. So I'm like, raw, like, okay. So I'm smiling. Now my spectacles. Every time she look, I'm like, that no, smiling, whatever, innit?
Right.
So the boss gets past my house. Where's that place where there used to be a Morrison's?
Bro, you're. I can't remember.
So the boss, Holloway.
Right.
So the boss gets to Holloway, yeah? So she gets up to get off, like the stop before Holloway station. She gets up to get off. But she doesn't get off, so she just let me know I'm going to get up to the next stop. She stands there, she's looking back, she's smiling. So I'm sitting down like, I need to be going to like, the last stop. I'm trying to go to West End to get some trainers. Right. So I'm sitting there like, you know, you're like contemplating, should I talk to her? Should I not? She's looking, do you know what I mean? So she's smiling, she's nodding. So the bus gets to the next stop, Holloway station. But the door's open, she doesn't get off, she's still looking. Right. So I'm thinking, what? She's like half off the bus, she's still looking, still somebody.
Oh my days.
So I'm there like, alright, forget these traders. Right. So I get up, I come after her. And girls walk fast. So by the time I get off, she's like at the traffic lights.
Oh my days.
So she gets to the traffic
why y'all walk so far? Where you not going? Why y'all walk so quick, man? What the?
So she gets to the traffic lights and she's looking back. Right. So I'm thinking, I've just got off the bus. The bus is driving off now. Whatever, but she's not stopping. But she's looking back. She's smiling. So she hurries across the road. So I'm like, because I've heard about this whole play hard to get through. I've never really seen him. I thought it was like a movie. So I get to the track, I'm crossing. So it's like there's a gap. Keeping his distance, but she keeps looking back and smiling wherever, isn't it? So within the crowd of people, I lose her. So now I'm walking forward but I don't know if I need to be turning whatever. So I get to, they used to be Morrison, I don't know if it's still there. I get to the Morrisons, whatever, and she pops up, like, you know when you've lost someone, obviously you see them again. So she pops up, she's at Morrison's, and there's like a guy, like security guard uniform, and she's like talking to him, whatever. So she's pointing at me. So I'm like, okay.
No.
So the security guard comes over to me, he's like an African uncle. So he's like, why are you troubling the young lady?
Oh my days.
Remember, I'm a youth.
Right.
So I'm confused. I'm like, what? What do you mean? I've not even spoken to her yet. He's like, she says you've been running and chasing her. I'm not even understanding that someone's trying to, I'm thinking, okay, maybe he misunderstood.
Still playing games or what?
No, I'm thinking maybe he just misunderstood his African uncle. So I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, she said, you got on the bus. This is a story. Because I remember like you lost it. Like, because stuff that you have to keep in mind for future. Reference. I've told my little brother this story, just protect yourself, like whatever. Yeah. She said, you got on the bus and like you said something to her, like, he didn't say sexual, but I think like inappropriate. You got on the bus, you said something to her, and then the whole time you just kept staring at her, whatever. Bear in mind, remember I was on the bus and she got on. We've never interacted. So it's like, that's when I started realizing it's like, you've changed the story, you've added things to make your story believable. But I don't know the motive, so I'm still thinking, oh, maybe he just misunderstood. So continue, he's like, yeah. So she said, on the bus, you've been saying inappropriate things to her, whatever. She was scared to get off in case you followed. So when the doors were just, and I'm thinking, how long did they have to talk to get this whole story? When the door was just about to close, like she jumped off. Oh my God. So that you wouldn't get a chance to follow her.
That did not happen.
But then again, different things in different people's minds. Yeah. But then you jumped off and you chased her to the traffic light, and you've been chasing her since and just running. She's out of breath. So at that point I was like, you know, you're quite emotional. I was like, what?
I didn't do it.
It's just when you're you, someone saying something about you, it's like, it makes you like sad. Like, I was like, what? But so it's like, as he's telling me the story, I don't know, maybe because he's a man or he was seeing I'm a you. He was just like, you don't see, like, it's just, you don't see him capable of it. Like, I remember his words were like, you just don't see him capable of this. You don't see him capable of this. So I'm like, what? So he's like, tell me what happened. So I told him, I'm on the bus. She came on. She's been staring back, smiling. So I've been smiling back at first, politely. But then the more she does it, the more I've been smiling more. When she was going to get off, I stayed on because I'm going to buy trainers. Right. But because she did kept doing the hair, smiling or whatever.
With the innuendos.
And so I jumped off, was going to talk to her. But then she hurried off and got to the traffic light. So I wanted to get back on the bus. But then the bus was going, and then she kept smiling. So I continued to see if I could catch up with her, to talk to her. At no point has anyone run. It's just that we're going to space between us. And then I saw her talking to you there, but she stopped. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm finally going to talk to her, because I don't know what this is. I'm thinking it's hard to get, play hard to get whatever. This uncle said, bruv, you know, someone's like, listen, let me educate you. This uncle said to me,
gave
listen,
some game.
She's just told me a completely different story, and she's saying it as if she's going to cry or whatever.
Wow.
Saying you've been chasing her. Listen. Yeah. And it's only because of I'm looking in your face and the way you're looking, the way you're talking, whatever, that I can see you just seem confused or whatever. That I asked you to tell me your story. But do not approach her in a situation you see a girl, you want to talk to her, whatever, that's fine, whatever. But follow sense. That's what he said to me. Follow sense and follow instincts. When she was looking back or whatever, she could have spoken to you. She didn't. Yeah. When she went to get off and then you got off, she could have stopped for you to talk to her. She didn't. Do not pursue after those two things. He was just like, each stage is her whole I'm fearing for my safety word becomes more and more powerful. And the fact that he was like, if I believe you, she's even added and changed the story in such a way that
make it
she's made
believable.
things that didn't happen, that puts you in a lot of danger. He's like, basically, he just told me, basically, all the things you just said, you can't prove, so it's your word against hers. You can't prove that you weren't running. You can't prove that you weren't saying things to her on the bus, inappropriate. You can't prove that she didn't get on the bus after you. You can't prove that she fears for her safety. You've seen a cute girl and you think she's giving you game, and Uncle gave me, like, he was like, you don't know where she's from, what medication she's on, what past she's had, what kind of thing she creates in her mind, or whether she's just a bad person. Mm-hmm. You're just in a pretty face and you keep pursuing it. Do you know what I mean? Because he was just like, what if this didn't happen? Like, you went into the store and then she caused that scene. I have to do my job as a security and apprehend you, call the police, do you know what I mean? All that. Do you know what I mean? So I remember that day, I was just like, wow, I should have got on my trainers. Because after that situation, he was just like, go, because I have to make her feel safe. So go, and you have to go, and I'm going to stand here and watch you go before, I have to make her feel safe, whatever. And I remember I just went back to the bus stop, but I just went home.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean?
Didn't even want to.
So even if she saved me some money, but I remember I just went home and it was like the weirdest feeling afterwards. I just felt like,
crazy. Wow.
Whoa. And what really bothered me in that day wasn't even...
Young kings, I hope you're listening to this story.
You gotta be careful.
Attention. Pay attention.
Once you... Like, yeah, you could cheer someone or whatever, but once you start having to go against your common sense, you can be painted as aggressive. Be careful. What really bothered me about that situation wasn't all the perceived wild cool games wherever she played. It's just the fact that she lied. I didn't care about other stuff. Like, if you're not interested, whatever. If you flicker your hand smiling is your way of saying you're not interested, and I'm reading that wrong, that's all fine. If she turned around and be like, but I kept distance between us, that's all fine. Like, if any of those things which actually happened means you're not interested, I can see where it's like, okay, cool.
It's the lie.
It's when she said, I came on the bus, went past her, said inappropriate things, which is just not my personality. Like, right. I'm not talking to strangers. And I'm not saying some weird creepy
Hey, my
thing.
mom told me from young, never talk to strangers. Don't open the door for strangers. Don't talk to strangers. If you out, go where you going, and that's it. My mom always told me that. Big up moms for that.
So there's that. The whole me chasing her down the high street like some predator. You know what I mean? So all those things that didn't happen, that's what bothered me, because it was just like, he's right, I can't really prove. Don't get me wrong, eventually maybe CCTV and all that kind of stuff, if there was. But in that instance, you will get arrested. You can't prove. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And that's
just a woman's word better, man.
That's what bothered. I remember that day I just went home. And here's the first story. This is a killer. This one is like, everyone laughed at me. You probably will too. Went cinema. So this is all, I'm telling these stories.
We're going to call this segment From the Life of King Aries.
I'm telling these stories just to show L's. Because this is all like, oh, you know, you have long hair.
L's for lessons.
You know, you're doing good or you're attractive. Like, you know, we do a million popping. It's like, no, it doesn't always work.
No.
Yeah. This last one, we went cinema of the Mandem back in the day. We used to do the Mandem thing. You know, you get the Mandem, you buy all the popcorn. Like, everyone's gonna outdo you with the snacks. You're gonna go in there, you're gonna laugh hard, you're gonna enjoy it.
Man, you making me miss cinema, boy.
So, Mandem, Young Money, doing our thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Everyone, the latest crepes.
Yes.
The Mandem trims. God. Linked up to go cinema Saturday night. Got in there. And there was like a group of girls, innit? And you know, there's always that one. Just, bah! Yeah. So there's that one. And she was like a lighty and that.
Before we go, before we get into that story, that girl, BunDat.
But yeah, there was that one where it was just like she was different. Everyone was like raw. Even you could see that other girls were looking up to her, and it was that one. So I could see the man them like, oh man, raw. Like someone used to talk, like whatever. No one wants to do it. No one wants to do it.
Yeah.
So eventually, it's like we're all, you know, when you leave the confectionery till. So we're all kind of grouped together. So we realised, you know, the man them with the little game, we realised we're all going to go see the same film. The man them are talking, we're in it, boom, boom. So the girl them like, hey, we're going to go see that too. Where you from? What end? You know, all that kind of stuff. Everyone's cool. But there's that one where it's like, raw. She approached me, you know. bro, I feel like the man, bro. She probably, you know, I'm just standing there while everyone's chirping doing their thing. Like, I'm just there like. It's probably because I learned my lesson from that day or something. Maybe I don't know. I'm just standing there with my popcorn, like whatever, innit?
Right.
She approached me. She's like, "Oh, you're nice, you know." You know, girls.
Hey,
you know, girls have
some
games.
girls got games. Some girls.
They can only just say 1-2 lines, but it's mad. Like, oh,
some.
And you know that they stretch out. You're nice, you know. You know them girls who you're like automatic butterfly, but you're playing cool. Like.
Yeah.
You know you're
Yeah.
like, done.
Hey.
Get me. Man, stay nice. Get me.
You feel me?
Try to play cool.
You already know.
So she's giving me bare play. She's like, "No, you're nice." Like the way all, you know, them man are moving hungry. My girl them are moving like they ain't got no sense. You know, they always put themselves like on up number. Like my girl them are moving. I don't know my girl them are giving them their number. Everyone's moving mad. You're just like not saying nothing. Like you're just here looking nice. You know what I'm like? But I mean, chirp skills. Get me?
Hey.
I just say for the movie and that. Get me? I know. Get me?
Yes.
So, like, this is a
man.
good one. So she's there, like, you know, she's talking to me. It's like, yeah, maybe, like, we could all sit together. Like, I mean, you can sit and talk.
Oh,
like,
my days. Don't tell me.
She's
How
running.
does this go left?
Yay! I'm like, yeah. Boom, 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 boom.
How does this go left, bro?
Boom. So, time to go in. So we go into the screen, the man them. We go into the actual screen. We go through. The girl them detour and go toilet. You know the one? Which means all of them go toilet.
Planning. Yep.
Not all of them go toilet. So we there. So you know, man, we sit at the top, sit in the middle at the top, waiting for them. So they come in and they sit in the middle. They sit in the middle, yeah. So boom. It's like, oh, they're not gonna sit with us, right? So I'm thinking, yeah, okay. You know, the one's like, I'm the alpha, like, she picked me in it. Let me go. She was saying about sitting next to each other and all that. So I get up. Excuse me, man. They get me like, you lot enjoy your little film and that. I'm gonna go sit with them after, you get me?
Right.
So I get up, I go down. Nothing, we're early. You know what? You don't even do the man early. So trailers, nothing's on. It's quiet. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Lights are on. Lights are on. So I come down to their little aisle and I'm like, yeah, man's gonna come sit next to you. My plan is man's gonna come. That's my plan. Come to the little aisle and I'm like, yeah. She's like, no. The echo, bro. The surround sound in the echo, bro. And you know the man them was going, frying popcorn and shit. I got changed. And you know girls that's who do. He's like, don't cry outside. So I'm standing there like,
oh, yo.
I thought it was good. Like, I didn't even like move to you, and I'm like, you came. I was minding my own business, standing there, not chirping, eating my popcorn.
Bro.
So I'm like, so I'm really like, and I'm not one of them guys like, F you anyway you're out. Like that's not me. I'm just literally standing there like,
damn. Yo.
I didn't like start coming off like. Hey, what them trailers up, bro? Cause like you know that it's been a minute now that the noise still echoing like. Next people that we're not even with are laughing at man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's crazy.
Man, them not even on my level are laughing at man. Like,
that's crazy. I don't even know what to say to
so I'm sorry, and you know the ones where it's like, I'm gonna have to like make the walk of shame back up to the man and they already roasted me from a dick. Bro.
Oh man.
Or do I go toilet? Like, so I'm just standing. I just want to sign some next hour, bro. Oh, so just want to sign some next hour. And that's why I rate the love, man. It was roasting anything. When I sat there, man, them came.
They came.
And sat, and we just enjoyed our film. And we just, you know, it was weird, and it was just, and every man was like, I don't know if it's true they did it, but everyone was like, wow, whoever's number we got, we're gonna delete that. Like, F them girls. But it was like. After the roast, they just come and sat with me and we just enjoyed the film. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know if it was like a dare, you know, because I don't know what it was.
That's what the homies do.
I remember
that's
like,
how you know that they're your homies.
We enjoyed the film and afterwards we're just talking about it and I was like, right, that's kind of mad still. Like, you was the only one not Chelsea, but the whole business, like,
that's crazy.
You gotta set up, it was mad. And every now and then they bring it up. Every now and then it's like, yo, remember that time I was sitting about like, yo, it's cheap, you. It was like the most random thing ever. But you can only laugh at them kind of things because it's like people look at you and think, oh yeah, I bet any girl he talks to or them man, look at them man rap and they get girls. It's like, nah, bro. Think about your worst story. You got turned down. Yeah, man got chief, bro. It's cinema. But man became the film.
Oh.
I became a comedy.
I got one story. I got one. We could have ended on that. But I got one. And this is how we gonna close it out. So this is year 8 Tommy Moore sentence.
Hey!
Yeah. This is young AJ. No facial hair, barely any. Yeah, this is baby face AJ, yeah. And there was this girl in my class. I'm not gonna say her name. I'm not, because boy, I know one somehow this is
She watching.
And like she was like my first like actual crush kind of thing outside of primary school and all that. So secondary school, yeah. She's Nigerian and I'm just like like, you know when someone just like it's like damn, yo.
And them young emotions be different.
Oh boy. My stomach was doing cartwheels, boy. So I'm in my science class and my homie is just like, wait, hold on, you like her? I was like, yeah. He's like, are you serious? Because they normally laugh when you admit it.
Yeah.
He's just like, no, are you serious about that? I said, yeah, I am. It's like, alright. So then he turns away and 5 minutes later he's just like, give her this. I'm like, what's this? He's like, you can't open it, but just give it to her.
He's like, I got you, bro.
Right?
I got you.
So this is somehow supposed to be a layup, yeah.
Alley-oop. Got you, bro.
I'm like, okay,
She's done
cool.
that for me.
After class, she normally comes, she talk to me and stuff like that. But this one I knew I was being played because she'll normally come and talk to me about money and whatnot. And try to ask and like, you know, them girls that extort you and stuff. So
Extort your love.
So like, you know, once they take that.
That was the OnlyFans back in the
Bro,
day.
yeah. Once they take that, bro, you ain't getting no school dinners, your heart. But yeah, so man. I couldn't wait. I wanted to wait, innit? I wanted to wait until after class. But I was just like, you know what? Give it to her now. Because I didn't want to wait. So I gave it to her. And you know when you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
So she's read it. And then she must have...
friends.
And then she must have said, come meet me outside. And she made some excuse to the teacher.
Oh, you thought, what?
I'm like, this is it. I'm still getting nervous. Not talking. I'm like, okay, this is it. She's finally gonna know. Like, she's gonna want to talk to me, and we gonna. She get outside. Who read this letter?
Raw. She was like, this can't be you, man. Like, where's Quintamina?
She's like, who read this? I was like, you know, when your lips start quivering.
I want to lie.
Me, I read.
I want to lie, but
okay. What does it say in it?
Yeah, you ain't read it. You ain't read it. No, you just passed it closed.
I was like,
it says something good.
She was like, go get who read.
Oh man.
I'm like,
she wants Shakespeare.
Oh, and my boy beforehand said, don't tell her who read, don't say nothing, just give it to her. And I was like, cool. And my dumbass really didn't read the letter, so I couldn't even protect myself. And then, like, I had to say it. I told my boy, and then he went out, and I was told she's all hugging up on him and everything, and oh my days, he's so sweet, and oh, I'm like,
fatality.
Yes, I felt like,
yo,
damn. And he did not want her. That's the thing.
Yeah, he should have helped you.
Man, them.
She fell in love with a riot. That's like when you get sick to your girl, she fell in love with the singer.
Listen, if you ever like somebody, go yourself. Don't send your boy to go do it. Don't send no note that your boy sent. Go yourself so you know it's yes or no.
Yeah. And if she gets off the bus, don't follow her. And if she approaches you and everything's all good, and she doesn't come and sit next to you, then send her out, don't go sit next to her.
That's it. That happened to me on the bus. And I was going to a job interview, and this girl was going to make me late. She was thick, and she was wearing grey tracksuits. Girl in grey tracksuits is probably one of the most dangerous combinations ever. Anyways.
Facts.
Bro. I looked at her, and then she seen me looking at her, and she came and sat right behind me. Like, I was like,
now you gotta use reflections. The window.
And I'm looking at the time like, if I get off this bus with this girl right now, I'm not gonna make this job interview.
Wow.
And I'm stuck. I'm like, what do I do? And I'm looking, and she got orange hair, she got a hood up and everything. She was smiling and whatnot. I'm like, what do I do? And she got off, and I was like, Nah, I'm staying on.
See how you made a better decision than me.
So, fellas, all in all, man, sometimes it's gonna get crazy, but you know, you live, you learn, and you grow in it. You know,
I just laugh, man.
You
laugh
have
at
to.
yourself.
You have to, because at the end of the day, it's all experiences. It's never losses. It's always lessons. That's what L's really stand for.
So, people running away from accountability.
BunDat.
Yeah.
Facts.
People trying to play games with their life.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. BunDat.
That's a fact. That's another BunDat.
And third and final one, I'll talk about that rape thing, bro. The suicide thing, yeah.
The violation thing.
Bruv.
First of all, suicide's not funny.
Yeah, that one's mad.
And you judging another person for taking his life. You must
when
be
I saw that tweet, like, oh, because he killed himself, he sinned.
No, you're twisted. Don't bring God into this. Don't bring sin into this.
And I
That
just
person
knew-
is not here no more.
That's how the comments were gonna go.
Don't.
Do you know what I mean?
That's between him and God now. He clearly couldn't take this planet anymore.
But yeah, man. Sad.
So
Sad.
that's how we ending it.
Yep.
It has been AJ Raw.
King Aries.
And you just finished listening to BunDat Podcast.
We out.
Like, comment, share, subscribe, share it. Get them subscribers up. If you want to see us on Spotify, you gotta get them numbers up.
You know?
Facts.
You know? Facts. I don't know. That's my new thing now.
Facts.
I'm gonna make letters come out of that shit.